The amount of times I've gone someplace that I want to fly my drone and then I get there only to find out I can't fly a drone because it's not allowed. So today I want to show you a couple of different ways you can still use a drone in a location where you're not allowed to fly drones. Still is a big shame because it'd be a really cool place to fly a drone. Now the first way is really simple. You have a great B camera with a really great wireless monitor. So what you do is find some place to put it and then you can use it as a camera to capture yourself running through an area like this. But because it's a wireless monitor, you can make sure you're in frame and you still have gimbal control, so you can actually use it to get some movement. And if you find a place that's a little bit high up, like these rocks back here, then you can set up on these rocks and get kind of a really just nice B-roll of the area and get some gimbal movement at the same time. Let me show you what I mean. And the best thing is you don't even have to set it on something high. You can set it really low and just get a variety of different shots using nothing but a drone to get B-roll of yourself in a location like this. Now, obviously, if I was doing this for real, I'd put the controller down and make sure it wasn't in my shot because that makes more sense, but you get the general idea. But there's another way that you can use a drone as a B camera and not fly it, and that is as a handheld gimbal. It's probably what most people think about or think of as drones and you know, using a drone in a different way, but they do make surprisingly great gimbal cameras because they have the little 3-axis gimbal built in. You don't even need to unfold it, and they do make devices like what you're seeing on your screen where you can attach the controller and the drone together so you don't have to hold it. I don't have one, couldn't get one delivered to me here in the middle of the desert, but we're gonna make it work. So. That when you're walking with the drone, you don't want to make your normal up and down walk like you just walk like normal, because you'll get some really big up and down movement in the footage, and that's bad. What you want to do is bend at the knees slightly and then walk very heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. That'll give you a much smoother version of the same footage. There's another thing to note, that if you're getting little micro vibrations, you may need to fold the back feet back because sometimes they'll touch the side of the gimbal right here and give you these little shakes and little jitters. A couple of things to make this look the best that it can look. One, film in twice whatever the frame rate is that you're gonna put this video out in. So if you're gonna put it out in, you know, 4K 30 or 1080p 30, then film it at 60. That allows you to slow it down to half speed and gives you a much more deliberate, smooth looking or smooth feeling movement. And the other thing is that, you know, backlighting looks good on just about everything. Now if you want to take it a little bit further, then add some combination movements by using the gimbal control and moving the gimbal up and down while you're moving around some object, because then it gives you a third dimension of movement, which always looks a little bit better. The other way you can use a drone is as your main camera, which I do from time to time. You just need something to record the audio with, which I'm using the DJI mic, but also like the Rode Wireless Go 2 and the Rode Wireless ME I think will work. There's a lot of little recorders out there. You can even just use your phone and a lapel mic. Now this video isn't sponsored, but I do want to tell you about Film Convert CineMatch, because it's a program I use on every video to match up drone footage with FX6 footage or A1 footage or GoPro footage or phone footage and make it look like it was all shot on the same camera. It's an extremely powerful color grading tool, but it also has this sensor level color matching voodoo wizardry that they have come up with that makes cameras look like they were all shot on the same camera. So you can take a really cheap camera like a GoPro and make it look like it was shot on a really expensive camera like an Arri or something else. There are links in the description that have a really good amount, a very generous percentage off. It does give me some kickback, but it definitely saves you some money. So if you want to pick that up, check the links out in the description. So what you want to do is have something to record with, and then you set the drone where you're going to get a good angle, a good shot. And because we've got this nice wireless monitor here, we can see it's a pretty good shot. And then you want something to record with. So I'm going to use the DJI wireless mic. You could use your phone with a lapel. You could use the Rode Wireless Go 2, anything that will give you some recorded audio. And then I'm going to clap so that I get a good synchronization point with the drone. Now the key is you want to make sure it's really easy on the drone to see where your hands come together. It's going to give us a good spike of audio, but we want to be able to clearly see where the hands come together. So like that. Now we can talk to the new A camera, which is the little tiny drone sitting way over there. I'm really hot. It's much warmer than Alaska here in Hawaii, but now you got to get great A camera. So if all you take with you is a drone and you find out you can't fly it, at least if you have something to record audio with, you can still have an A camera. But I need to show you how we synchronize this in the studio, or actually more or less in my hotel room since I'm traveling. So let's go to the hotel room. I'll show you how to synchronize this in software, and then we can go from there. Now I'm going to show you on a different clip than I just recorded, and maybe I'll show you on the same clip as well. But this was a clip I recorded a few weeks ago. Also part of the reason this video didn't get out quite immediately. But this is essentially me talking to the Mavic, saying the same thing about clapping and all that. And then I'm going to pull in the audio from the DJI mic here. So first thing we're going to do is just scroll through until we find where we're clapping. So right there is where we're clapping. I'm going to back up to where you want to come down to where it's just exactly when it first touches, not 2-bit after, not just before, but right exactly when it touches. So right there. And then in Final Cut Pro, I'm going to hit marker, M for marker. And that puts a marker in there. Now that gives me a really easy spot to go, okay, here is my big clap. So I can line that up easily by deleting this, moving this over, and then we're going to zoom in and just make sure we get it as tight and as close as possible. Maybe not that close, but there's our clap. And so if we set the audio there, that is exactly when our clap happens. So now if we listen to it, so that the drone sees it really well. And then we've got the sound of that here in the camera, or in the audio here and in the screen recording, so we should be able to sync that up. And now we've got this really great A camera using just the drone. So in theory, I could have done this entire video just using the drone, but obviously I wanted to show you what I was doing. So how cool is this location though? Really cool. And that's how you do it. Really simple, really straightforward. So long as you get a good visible clap where you can see right when your hands connect, then you have a really easy synchronization point. And doing it this way in Final Cut Pro, probably easy to do it in the other systems as well, then makes it super easy to get this set that way. But if you want to learn other creative ways that you can use drones to make cool videos, then you're going to want to watch this video right here. I'll see you over there. As always, if you have questions, ask me in the comments below, or join my live stream, which happens most Wednesday nights at 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Unless I happen to be in the middle of the desert somewhere in Nevada, then I may not be live streaming. But I'll see you again soon in the next video. Cheers.